Yo, what up boys, and welcome back to another tier list video. Now, it's been a while since we've done one of these, and I thought, hey, and today we are going to be ranking every single side story in Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jeremy, you haven't even played the side stories on the channel. And for that, I fucking know, and I'm so sad I didn't. You see, I played the side stories off camera, foolishly thinking they were going to be mid. I could not have been any more wrong. Why not at least acknowledge them a little bit and come here and rank them? So we've got 5 different tiers I can count. We've got S, absolute Monica. A, pretty fluff and good. B, just kind of mid and forgettable. C, below average. And D, nothing will go here. I think, I don't know. As you can tell, I'm just kind of making these ranks up as I go. Something might go in D tier, we don't know. We'll just have to see where this goes. Okay, so starting off, we've got the first side story, this being Trust, I believe this one's called. And we're starting off fucking strong. This is going immediately in S tier. This is by far, I'm just gonna say this now. This is by a mile Sayori's best side story. But she is an incredibly strong character throughout literally all the side stories. She is consistently one of the best characters in this game. Or not one of, arguably the best character in this game. And honestly, I'm about to start a fucking movement to make Sayori the poster child for depression. Because I do not think she gets the love and respect she deserves for her portrayal of depression in media. She's arguably the best example I've seen. Unless there's someone else I'm completely forgetting, feel free to prove me wrong in the comments. But Sayori, I believe, is arguably the best depiction of depression in media. And on top of that, Monica is also insanely well written here. I've got nothing else to add. It's just beautiful. And also this graphic is also fucking amazing. And it was my wallpaper for a while on PlayStation. Next, we've got Understanding. And honestly, this one is honestly just pretty good. It gives a little bit more understanding as to gives a little bit more to Sayori's character, but on top of that introduces us to Yuri. Which Yuri is a character that would be that's going to be fleshed out in the last 2 side stories. Because NGL in like the first, ever since she's introduced, in the first 3 side stories where she's introduced as a character, she doesn't really get a whole lot to do. But at the same time, it's also fitting for her character not get a whole lot to do, seeing as she's the shy one. But Yuri, in case it wasn't already evident by my background back there, Yuri is my favorite girl and best girl. Which honestly, we might just throw in a quick ranking of all the 4 DDLC girls, even though I think it's wrong to. It's like picking a favorite child. You can't rank them. They're all perfect the way they are, except for Natsuki. Fuck her. That's beside the point. We'll get to my beef with her later. Yeah, Sayori, well written here. Monica, also insanely well written. Yuri, for being her first side story, also insanely well written. Even just for her being like her first presence being relatively minor. Next, we've got Respect, and honestly, this one's just below average, honestly. Like, when I played the side stories for the first time, I don't know why. Like, I'm starting to think this can't just be me, but I swear, there's such a strong difference between Natsuki in the base game and Natsuki in the side stories. I swear to God, in the side stories, she's a completely different fucking character. Because in, like, the first couple side stories with her in them, I don't know why, they made her so fucking unlikable. At least to me. But, or maybe that's just part of the tsundere archetype, I don't know. But, at least to me, it got to a point to where I would be, like, visibly upset when Natsuki would come onto the screen. And honestly, the whole part 1 of this side story in particular was just kind of like Natsuki being an asshole for, like, the entire first half. But then again, Monica also wasn't, like, entirely scot-free here. Okay, shout out the random share screen starting. Well, now you can't even see the wallpaper. Because it's too goddamn bright. But anyway. Natsuki, despite being an asshole for half of this side story, I'd say she's honestly pretty well written, given the tsundere archetype. Though I think she was way more likable in the base game than she was in the side stories. Okay, next we've got Balance. And honestly, this one's just B tier. I kind of forgot what happened in this side story, to be honest, until I replayed it specifically. I replayed all of these specifically for this video. Actually, I replayed like the first 5. I didn't replay fucking Self-Love, but we'll get to that. But honestly, this one's just kind of mid. I honestly kind of forgot what happened in this one, but it made me kind of like Natsuki a little bit more. It definitely fleshed out her character from Respect, but Sayori, again, insanely fucking well written. It honestly makes me, this world does not deserve her. It genuinely makes me like it makes me so happy how well written she's written here, how well written she is here, in across all the side stories and base game on top of that. It makes me very happy how well written she is. To which, again, we need to make her the poster child for depression in media, because she is gas. She is the best depiction ever to ever grace our eyeballs. Yeah, Sayori and Natsuki's dynamic here really well. Seeing as Sayori and Natsuki were always like kind of like the dynamic, kind of like quote unquote the dynamic duo of, we're kind of like a duo in their own right of the literature club. And on top of that, it's just I like to think of this as just them fleshing out Natsuki's character after they completely fucking butchered her in Respect. To which, speaking of which, up next we have Reflection, and you could probably already guess where this one's going. I mean, for Christ's sake, it's literally been in the ever since I got my face cam, the graphic for this fucking side story has literally been what's been on my TV for like ever since I got my face cam, and there's a good reason why. This side story is so unbelievably gas. And on top of that, gives Monica a little bit more to her character, fleshes out Yuri's character. It's perfect. It is the definition of peak. And even still fleshing out Natsuki's character a little bit more, and adding more to Sayori on top of that at the beginning of part 2. It's so fucking good. I can't get over it. Okay, next we got Self-Love. This is, I didn't replay Equals either, but nothing really happened in Equals. Next we got Self-Love, and I didn't replay this one, but from what I remember, it was pretty fluffing good. From what I remember, we got Natsuki having a panic attack. This sparking the whole Yuri x Natsuki fandom, to which, as a Yuri lover, I refuse to believe it's true. But I'd say overall this side story is pretty solid, and on top of that, it's nice to see Yuri and Natsuki have a little dynamic going, especially since for like the majority of base game and the majority of the side stories, these two have like fucking hated each other. So it's honestly nice to see them like actually get along for once and form a little bit of a dynamic. And it's honestly a dynamic I kind of wish we got to see more of. As for Monica and Yuri, it's something I kind of wish we got to see a little bit more of. But that's beside the point. And lastly, we've got Equals. And to be honest, Equals, I'd say it's either like high A or low S. We're gonna put it high A. Solely because it's a nice little cap off to the side stories and like the whole mini stories they put together with the side stories. I know a lot of people were disappointed by these, but arguably I'd say that after playing through the entire base game multiple times to get the platinum and then playing the side stories are arguably one of the best parts of Plus, if not the best part of Plus. On top of that, and of course on top of all the bonus artwork that you get to use as wallpaper, that you could use as PlayStation wallpapers. Sony, I beg of you. Switch completely off topic. Sony, I beg of you. For the PS6, please bring back custom wallpapers. I'm on my fucking knees. Please! Side tangent aside, Equals is honestly a pretty solid side story. It's a nice little, like, cliche anime cap off to end the side stories as a whole, reciting all the names of the previous side stories. Oh, hey, it's dimming again, so you can actually see it. Reciting all the names of the previous side stories, and on top of that, writing the big word Equals with a gigantic circle. We love that. And on top of that, we get this cool graphic. And on top of that, an alternate one where they're all making funny faces. We love that. These girls got therapy, head ass. I'd say this is my tier list. You can swap these around however you wish. S tier, we've got Trust and Respect, and not Respect, and Reflection in this specific order. Trust made me realize that this game is a fucking work of art, and Reflection only solidified that with my 2 baby girls. So in A tier, we've got Equals, Understanding, and Self-Love. In B tier, we've got Balance, and then in C tier, we've got Respect. And D tier, nothing went here, as I predicted, because all of these are peak. So anyways, I've been blabbing for about 10 minutes. This is, again, a relatively shorter video. Whoop. just a quick little thing to tack on to the end of this. I want to thank all the people that actually left suggestions in the last video. Y'all are some fucking real ones, and gave me like actual ideas for series that I could do. Red Dead was up there, Subnautica was up there, Souls games were up there. Games like Red Dead and Souls games in particular probably would be saved for live streams, seeing as those games are really fucking long and I don't think would work with the format of content I typically do. So, you know, Souls games, Red Dead, that'll probably all be saved for live streams. Subnautica, maybe. Minecraft was also up there. But yeah, that's enough right now. That's enough of me blabbing. Anyways, boys, that's gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already to make this the best DDLC content on the platform, because it's so good. And so I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.